Welcome back. In the last video, we covered how to design clean REST endpoints. Now we go one level deeper. Most real endpoints aren't static. They need to accept dynamic values, a document ID, a search query, or a page number. In this video, you will learn two ways to pass data through your routes, path parameter and query parameters. By the end, you will know exactly when to use each one and how FastAPI validates them for you automatically. Now, think about what a static route looks like. If you write /document/42, that endpoint only ever returns document 42. It works for one case and nothing else. In a real API, you need to fetch any document by its ID, filter a list by keyword, or paginate results. You need your routes to accept dynamic values. FastAPI gives you two clean ways to do that: path parameter and query parameters. A path parameter is a variable that lives directly inside your route URL. You define it using curly braces. So, /document/curly braces document ID means whatever value comes in that position of the URL becomes the document ID variable. Look at the code on the screen. You declare the parameter in the route string and then add it as a typed argument to your function. FastAPI automatically extracts the value from the URL and validates it against the type you declared. If someone hit /document/42, document ID gets the value 42. If they pass something that isn't an integer, FastAPI rejects it immediately with a clear error. Now, query parameters work differently. They are not part of the route itself. They come after the question mark in the URL. In FastAPI, you define them as regular function arguments that don't appear in the route string. Look at the example. The /document route has three query parameters: keyword, page, and limit. All three have default values, which makes them optional. A caller can hit /document and get the first page of everything, or hit /document keyword equals to FastAPI and page equals to 2 to filter and paginate. FastAPI parse and validate all of it automatically. Now, here's the simple rule. Use a path parameter when you are identifying a specific resource. You need that value. The endpoint doesn't make sense without it. Use a query parameter when you are filtering or configuring the response. It's optional and has sensible default. /document/42 uses a path parameter because you are asking for one specific document. /documents keywords equals to rack uses a query parameter because you are searching a collection with an optional filter. Path equals identity. Query equals option. Keep that in mind and you will make the right call every time. So, here's where FastAPI saves you a lot of work. Both path and query parameter are validated automatically using type hint. If document ID is declared as int and someone passes the string ABC, FastAPI immediately returns a 422 error with a clear message explaining what went wrong. You don't write any validation logic yourself. The type hint is the rule. This applies to every type: int, float, bool, string, and because this validation happens at the API boundary, bad data never reaches your actual business logic. Current's API is already safer just by using types. To wrap up, path parameters go inside the route and identify a specific resource. Query parameters comes after the question mark and are used for filtering and optional configuration. FastAPI validates both automatically from your type hint. No extra code needed. In the next video, we move to request bodies. When you need to send structured data like a prompt, a config object, or a chat message, query parameters aren't enough. That's where Pydantic models comes in. See you there.